till now, from the cycle to today's launching pads. It has gone through a long way and we have achieved so much of success. But yet, in many of the social medias or news, some of the lesser known but yet remarkable achievements of ISRO are not yet known, especially which are done by women's, which had the back end as a woman. So, what were those achievements of ISRO which were not known to the media, was not known to us, but still it was a very important in success of ISRO.
Okay, first part I would say, I was one of the, maybe my generation I would say, you yourself told, I could be part of ISRO for the past 35 years. So if you assess the growth of ISRO, it was the era when the failures of ASLV, everything was going and there were no failure, and the workhorse PSLV was being designed, its guidance algorithm, control, the design, everything was happening. So I was fortunate to be part of that system at that time, so that I got an opportunity to work right from the beginning, like how to design a launch vehicle, how to design the guidance and control. So it's as a team only, but we got the opportunity. When you enter ISRO, how to tell you, you are an engineering student, I would say, when you see some linear and non-linear systems, I would say you will learn in your 4th year. So when you learn linear systems in your school or college, and the moment you join ISRO, it will be non-linear systems, because rocket itself is a highly non-linear system. So everybody has to have an interest for a research background also.
Hello everyone, welcome to Space Science Podcast Series 1. Today we have a very special guest with us. She has been working she has experience of 35 years in ISRO, as well as she was the director of DSRQ, which is Directorate of Safety, Reliability and Quality. So, and currently she is the professor at Satish Dhawan. Also, she works for women empowerment and helps many youth to pursue their dream and find a correct path towards their dream. So, I welcome you, ma'am, to this podcast, Dr. Brinda, ma'am. It's really an honor to have you here. How are you doing, ma'am?
Firstly, thank you, Brachi, for having me here and trying to interact with me. I'm doing really good. I'm really amazed to see your enthusiasm, and you are only in the first year of your engineering, but still you try to learn a lot, and you want to share everything with similar aspirants as well. Thank you. I'm doing good.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, I had one question. When I studied that you have 35 years of experience in ISRO, it's really amazing. So, past 35 years, the scenario was quite different by today. So, at that time, our society was quite stereotyped towards girl. They were like, after you pass 10th, in 11th, you usually girls go to commerce or art sides. So at that time, how do you actually navigate through all this? Did you face these kind of challenges? And if yes, how did you overcome it?
And anyway, this is the answer I really share with the students whenever I go to a school or a college. So it happened like that. I studied throughout in government schools and government colleges. In fact, up to 5th standard, I was in Malayalam medium, and then only I changed to English medium. So after 12th, I was there in Palakkad, a very village-like place. And I did very well. And I was not even knowing that I am going to do the engineering at that time. And we speak Tamil at home. So I heard my father telling my mother, like, Chellamma, adu nanna padikkirathu. So I am going to put her in engineering. You see, I happened to get this opportunity only because of my parents, I would say my father, even not mother. Mother was homemaker only. That's how I entered the engineering. And after engineering also, let me add one more step ahead, because I completed my engineering in electrical and electronics. And so those days, 35 years back, it was in 89. So those days, getting a job for an electrical engineer was quite difficult compared to the streams like mechanical and electronics and communication. But I had secured a job in Naval Lignite Corporation. I had cleared everything, the test, everything, and I was almost ready to join there. And those were the time when GATE, this is the graduate aptitude test in engineering for the post graduation. It was maybe 2 or 3 years it had started. They just started. And like all the students in my class, I also had written, and only four of us had, in fact, qualified the GATE. So I was about to join NLC, and at that time, my mother, I happened to be born and brought up in the capital city of Kerala, like Trivandrum, where the mother center for ISRO, that is the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, is there. So my father was seeing we will be seeing all the buses, and every day at 8 o'clock you will be having a sounding rocket launch, and which we used to watch from the terrace. So when I was about to join, my father told, see, you will be getting admission in the same engineering college. I studied in government engineering college only. So if you study in control systems engineering, you can mostly you will be getting in ISRO. So I was very upset because after 4 years of studying, like you also may be wanting to go for work, join for some work. But still, I feel it is it's nice to listen to your parents once in a while, because it will change your future for the better. That's how I ended up into ISRO also, and I am talking to you as a scientist also today.
Yes,
Did I
ma'am. That's
answer to
great.
someone? Yeah.
That's really great that we should listen to our parents. So,
When they tell,
yeah,
because they have all the experience. That's
yes,
how.
yes,
Okay.
indeed, ma'am.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
ISRO, as we have seen from so many years till now, from the cycle to today's launching pads, it has gone through a long way and we have achieved so much of success. But yet, in many of the social medias or news, some of the lesser known but yet remarkable achievements of ISRO are not yet known, especially which are done by like women's which had the back end as a woman. So what were those achievements of ISRO which were like not known to the media, was not known to us, but still it was a very important in success of ISRO.
Okay, first part I would say, I was one of the, maybe my generation, I would say. You yourself told, I could be part of ISRO for the past 35 years. So if you assess the growth of ISRO, it was the era when the failures of ASLV, everything was going and there were no failure. And the workhorse PSLV was being designed, its guidance algorithm, control, the design, everything was happening. So I was fortunate to be part of that system at that time, so that I got an opportunity to work right from the beginning, like how to design a launch vehicle, how to design the guidance and control. So it's as a team only, but we got the opportunity. When you enter ISRO, how to tell you, you are an engineering student, I would say, when you see some linear and non-linear systems, I would say you will learn in your fourth year. So when you learn linear systems in your school or college, and the moment you join ISRO, it will be non-linear systems, because rocket itself is a highly non-linear system. So everybody has to have an interest for a research background also. So that's how our seniors train us in such a way that you are contributing to the current project as well as to the research area also. So when I see the 35 years, when I entered ISRO, I got, because MTech I had done in control systems with a position control system with a Motorola 68000 processor. And during that time, I was not having a PZ for solving the characteristic equation of my project or the control system I was designing. From there, you see, today we are designing for a rocket which has an onboard computer which flies with all the onboard software in it. Everything is designed in ground in PCs, and like the program. So now you're asking me, ISRO always works as a team, whether it is male or female, boys or girls, or whether it is an engineer with a PhD, or whether it is a technician or technical assistant with like ITI or diploma, we all work with the same goal. So when the success comes, definitely it's shared by everyone, but only if you see that some only will get projected, is it no? So But I would say, like, I was fortunate to be the part in the software development or the algorithm development, you know. So there, I was always supported, or I was ably supported by team of girls, right from like when I was in SF, when I became a head section head and all. So what I have seen, the girls are the best. They have the determination. They will come. They will systematically do their work. They don't have any extracurricular activities. And you know, then when they enter, they may be a girl, then they will get married. Like I also had children, everything, the pregnancy period will be there, the maternity, everything. But the moment they step into the office, they transform themselves and do the work so nicely. And the moment they go home, also they enjoy life and they do. And coming to the team of boys, what I do was I have trained them to respect their girls who are working with them, because they should be able to take up the load in the evening when one girl has to go home because her child may be not well or something like that. So there is not a particular achievement of ISRO which has not come to the outside world, which is done by a woman. It is a teamwork. So all the achievements or the accomplishments are shared by both men, women, girls, boys, and engineers, technicians in all levels. Did I answer your question to some extent, or you want
Yes,
me to
ma'am.
elaborate further?
No,
Okay.
no, no, sure, ma'am. You answered it when you said, right, that we are, a woman balances the work as well as
Yes.
the
And
home.
and and their concentration, I cannot I am awestricken by their concentration. Even I have seen the boys get distracted. Like I have a son and a daughter, so I know like that the determination once they put, they do it quite well. Not that boys are bad, they are very intelligent, but with the available intelligence, I have seen the girls deliver the best that way. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Even I can relate this with my mother. She also manages the work as well as the home. So I can relate what you said now. And
Yes.
moving on further, like
And
recently,
I will tell you one more thing. Now I am sitting here as grandmother, you know. I am in Dubai,
okay, ma'am.
UAE, for my daughter's delivery. Actually, my daughter and the grandson are there in the next room. But still, I told you, just manage for 4 to 4:30. Amma has a meeting, I'll go and come. So we are able to see 24 hours time only is available for everybody. But we are
Yes,
able to
ma'am.
manage. You will also do that one day. That
Yes,
way.
ma'am. I appreciate that, ma'am. So moving on further, like in current situation, in current scenario, we have Gaganyaan mission, which is ongoing on process, and we have four of the astronauts which are going to take part in it. So, what do you think would be the future? Will there be a future crewed flight mission to space, which will be having women as the part? And if that's so, what are those safety measures? Because you are from DSRQ, so you will be knowing about the safety and precautions that must be taken in space mission. So, what will be that special care that should be given to a female while going to space missions or crewed missions?
Okay. First of all, the safety critical mission, the safety aspect it is common for a man or a woman as a human.
Yes,
Human, it is common. Physiologically, they may be having slightly difference between, I don't know, the way our systems change and the men, that much I don't know, but it is same. So as far as the safety critical aspects are concerned, it is one and the same, because a human is going to fly. We are all working, they don't discriminate us between men and a woman. So when it comes to a manned flight, like the primary aspect is, if anything happens to the rocket or the orbiter or whatever happens, we should be able to bring them safely back on ground. So that is one aspect. Then when they are in the crew module, and when they are in orbiting the Earth or doing some experiments there, they are going to spend, initially you take that they are going to orbit, and the crew module will be remaining in the orbit for about one day, doing three revolution, I mean going around the Earth 3 times, or 3 days you say. Then definitely they are leaving there. So like there are several systems, like the same rocket itself, which has to be first of all mandated, like it should never fail, the rocket should never fail. And secondly, inside because they have to carry their own oxygen, they have to carry their own food. So, like, there are so many environmental control systems, and they should be familiar with all the safety aspects of the consoles, everything they should be able to manage like that. There are several levels of safety aspects, and we are in the process of developing, testing all those systems, like safety of the man or woman, as well as safety of each and every equipment sitting there. And apart, along with the safety of the rocket itself, like all these things are very clearly defined, and there is a certification procedure. Like, when you design an aircraft, we design a rocket and fly, we have our own methodology for quality clearance. It is very, very difficult, very, very difficult to get the certification because it's carrying humans. So the safety aspect like that. In this also, with respect to the rocket, very clearly defined guidelines are there. So we have to meet all these guidelines, and a particular certification procedure we have to undergo, and then only we will be able to take the man in loop. So as a prelude to that, like you must have already seen our chairman announcing, like the assembly of the rocket has already started by maybe January, February, I don't know the exact date. The first unmanned Gaganyaan vehicle is going, like, so that it will lift off, it will go to the orbit, it will do all those things it is supposed to do with the man inside the crew module also. So, like, 2 vehicles or 3 vehicles we will test in orbit, bringing it back, test all the environmental control systems, the oxygen control systems, the how humidity control systems, everything, and get the data, and then we will put the man inside. That is, there is no difference between the man and the woman. We are one. Like you
Okay.
see, Sunita Williams is already there.
Yes, ma'am. So, so about when we while we are talking about crew missions, so I got curious about what about the ordinary or the like about the space tourism. Usually
Mm,
astronauts are going now.
mm.
Others also want to like experience the space. So is ISRO planning to collaborate with private companies to establish a space tourism or something like collaborating or either they are working on it for the space tourism?
Like, when you think about our country, India, whatever the space missions approved for us should have some benefit for the mankind. See, we are not doing it for fun, or we are not doing to show off somebody that we are capable. But we want to show everybody that we are also technically strong. So any mission we get approved, because what happens now when you take a mission like again, and what happens, lot of new developments happen. Lot of new developments means something new you will be discovering for going for the space, all those things. Finally, that material or that particular procedure will come in handy for the humans in ground. That is only way. So, for space tourism, we may not collaborate, but for a mission like with going to moon and doing some experiments there, maybe it will have a man landing on the moon and all. We may be collaborating, and we will be part of the scientific missions as as a collaboration for the scientific missions, not for tourism and making it. Maybe in future, when our vehicle is so rugged and we are familiar, we have to, as far as now, it is for scientific missions that way.
Okay.
Collaboration also for being able to contribute in the scientific way only, that way.
Okay, ma'am.
So, mm,
So, so when we think about scientists, we have a particular, when I was going to talk to you, I never expected you to be so charming and kind. So,
mm.
we usually have a perspective towards scientists. They might be very serious, always busy doing work, and that's true. That's
These things
always
we
true.
do, all these things we do.
Yeah, yes. But
Otherwise,
what do you usually do if you have a free time? Like, how do you spend it?
okay, if you take, I don't know about it, but I have to mention my husband. Actually, he was also with ISRO. And as a rocket couple, we have come a long way till today. So actually, he was encouraging me to do better. I was not so smart, or I was not so confident or so. But he was only, you also have intelligence. That's how you have entered in ISRO. That's how you got to study control systems and got the rank. And that way he was telling. And slowly I realized, but life we have to live also. No, we have to go to office. We have to contribute. But if you are able to be good with your peers, your seniors, your subordinates and all, you get a very, very sound mind and happiness, and you will be able to contribute well in the office as well and at home also. So, but you are seeing me like this, but when my children were very small also, the PSLV, GSLV launches all will come, no, at that time when my husband used to take me very early, say 6 o'clock itself, because those days I forgot to mention you, there was only one mainframe computer. I told you it was difficult for me to solve my control system equation itself. So only mainframe you have to submit the program, and by the end of the night you will know some O was in the place of zero. Then the program will not. So such a thing you will come to know after hours. So I will say I want to get a terminal, otherwise I will not get. So we supported each other, and that's how we have worked for that kind of thing. And then you see, I became the flight software designer. In ADA, I have coded for the onboard computer that is flying in the rocket. Then see, Chandrayaan 3, how many software, hardware. As the ISRO grows, we also grow. But we also have women teams, and whenever summer vacation and comes, no, we all carry our babies and all. We have some programs and all that kind of things are all. And our seniors also, they also like Space Engineers Association and all will be there. So all are hardcore scientists, but we also have singers are there, artists are there. So that way, both we have to, it will go hand in hand, because it is a totally different. I'm telling you, my children both. She is doctor who has delivered. Now she is doctor, ENT surgeon. Son is engineer. Daughter-in-law also engineer. But no, nobody came to ISRO. But they were asking us how Appa and Amma you were able to manage for so many years in a single organization. So we told the passion and the interest for learning new things. And there is one culture is called ISRO culture. That only made us contribute happily and live happily that way. It's a thing.
Yes, ma'am.
So scientists don't have thick spectacles and they won't talk to others and all. It's not like that. We are also like you, all of you only that way. Okay.
Yes,
Maybe
ma'am.
then nature. It depends on the nature of the people. Then you should change. Like I would say, I have worked in one center, mother center. Then I have moved to another center, like ground support is track. Then I have gone to the headquarters. So I have met so many people from different states and all. So that nurtures. Mm. Then,
So,
okay.
ma'am,
Mm.
moving on from this to one thing which obviously when I was studying about stimulation theory, that has
Mm.
always inspired, like not inspired, I mean, it has always sparked some curiosity in my mind that whether, as the stimulation theory says, that we are stimulated in this world instead of
Mm.
being the actual living or in the real world. Instead of that, we may be in some stimulated world. So, do you believe in this? And if you believe in this, how far is it true? Like, is there any evidence to this? Because when we say imagine in my mind that when we say stimulation
You mean
theory,
what stimulation? Stimulation of the happiness or stimulation of the feelings, or what is that stimulation you are talking about?
ma'am, I'm talking about stimulation theory in which it states that we are in a computerized world where we are
Okay,
controlled.
okay,
So,
okay.
so that when we say that this term stimulation theory or some other terms, that comes because we believe in something or we have imagined
Okay.
something. So how do you take
What scientists like us, like many people, many students used to have, do you believe in aliens? All those
this?
things they ask me. So as an ISRO scientist, whatever is theoretically proven, experimentally proven, theoretical design proven experimentally, whatever scientific result we get only, we believe. But there will be so many things like what you told. But that's all like a habitual thing, I would say. Like whatever you are used to, repeatedly you are being exposed to. So maybe that are all habitual thing you are telling. There is nothing like even now when you have you eat well, you sleep well, you go for walk, you maintain your mental stability, or what you say, your calmness, or whatever as a total human being, physically and mentally, if you try to balance, you will not be like, I get money, I get a position, I get power, and I have so many things. You will not change that much. But maybe you don't get exposed to or align yourself. You always have a core value within you, and hardly you hold on to it tightly that way only. Maybe otherwise, and for this I will tell you one more thing. I am a scientist, is it not? I am an engineer. Then if you ask me, do you believe in astrology? You can ask me. Ask me.
Yes, I'm sure. Do you believe?
I believe in astrology. Why I say, even my son used to say, Amma, now you learn and then you'll be able to predict. And so I still believe, like each planet in, like when, as soon as you are born, your mother will be having a horoscope chart. No, like so sun in one dappa, moon in another dappa, Venus in another dappa, Saturn in another dappa. I have felt during my life, especially after marriage and in the I have lived every single day according to the astrological this thing only. Maybe it's very difficult to prove scientifically. Like maybe like when you have high tide and low tide itself affect due to the lunar gravity, then there will be something like the influences of the planets, the movements, the gravitational pull, all those things maybe there. So these are all some of the things you can study little more and understand and decide whether you have to believe or not that way. Okay.
So
Mm.
at the end, not the last question, but the second
Mm.
last, I would
Mm.
like to ask you what are those future mission that is ISRO planning to do? A small bit of idea, not the whole thing, because it's confidential. I know that. But what are
Okay,
those
but
idea?
yeah,
Yes.
whatever is already available in the public domain only, I will take. Definitely, we have gone to moon and we have landed. So we are going to have sample return missions. Like you go land on the moon, you scoop some soil from the moon, carry it. Then you have to rendezvous on docking with one satellite or spacecraft. Like scoop the mud into a bucket and put the mud of bucket into another this thing and bring it back to Earth. That is the definitely sample return mission is there. Gaganyaan mission is there. Then we also want to build a international space station. So that is Bharati.
But
Yeah,
yes,
that is there. Then like some what you see, these are all new missions. Like we always go step by step. After landing on the moon only, we will think about the sample. Like that, there will be small missions like. Now, suppose you want to go to Venus, you need to do so many calculations, so many preparations, so many studies. Like that, you will visualize such a mission and you will have small missions. Then we need to contribute to these are all exotic missions, I would say, that will attract attention. So these are some of the missions that immediately there is going to be a rendezvous and docking experiment mission, like a target and a chaser will be there because we have to prove this if you want to take sample return mission from the moon, take the sample and bring it back to these are the things that is coming to my mind immediately. Then so many crew module return experiments, all those things will be there. Then definitely the reusable launch vehicle mission. We have proved step by step, like orbital re-entry, like a space shuttle fly to the outer space and then come back and land like a aircraft on the runway. So these are all announced missions only that way.
okay.
Okay.
And before I conclude this session, ma'am, what is that piece of advice which you would like to give to all the youngsters as well as the engineers or women out there who will be watching this podcast in future or whenever they find time?
So what I would give advice I would give is whichever the area you are working, put your full heart and soul onto it. Once you complete your studies, now it is aerospace or mechanical, whatever it is, definitely you will be getting a job. In whatever job you are entering, like for every job, you need some time to get settled, is it not? You don't decide it is good or bad. Then, like adjusting with everybody, you can learn anything. Even you can learn from your subordinates. Like, first of all, you have a calm and very good mind. And nowadays, that disturbance only is causing difficulties for the next generation, whether a boy or a girl. So for that, you have to be like your parents behave to you. You imagine them. You also try to be friendly with everybody, peers, everybody, respect your elders. All those things are a must in this generation. But definitely, with your determination, you will be able to achieve your goal. Like you want to become an ISRO scientist means definitely it is possible. Nowadays, tutoring programs are there. If you ask me, I myself would say what you have to study, how you can everything. Like that, many people are working on towards it. So definitely you can meet your dreams. Only thing is you tune your things towards that. Work with full determination, sincerity. Definitely you will be able to reach your goal and make your parents also very, very happy. That is my thought. That's the way. That is the only way possible in this era. Okay, so many distractions can be there, but whatever is fascinating you, hold on to it. Even in that area also, you will be able to shine. Okay, that way.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you
then.
so much, ma'am. Really, your advice at the end was such a great, and rest of the part was also gave me so much of insights. It was really
And
informative.
I want to tell you, you need not be so studious or very, very brilliant to become a rocket scientist. You know, it is basically physics only. Fundamentally, the rocket science is Newton's laws of motion is. So
Mhm.
anybody interested to enter ISRO, it is physics only. It's not
Yes,
like
ma'am.
you see in Horlicks advertisement, it is rocket science. It is all, everybody can understand, everybody can do it also.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank
Yes.
you.
Thank
You
you
too
so
have
much,
a
ma'am, for your
good
time.
day.
I really
Bye.
appreciate
Bye.
it. Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Yeah, yeah. You will be sharing the link with me also, no? Whatever you are
Yes,
going
ma'am.
to. Yeah,
Sure. Sure,
yeah, yeah.
ma'am.
All the best to you. This
Thank you, ma'am.
itself, I feel like I need to appreciate you. You are just in the first year and see, you are trying to understand so many things and do something. So definitely there is a bright future for you also. Okay?
Thank you,
All
ma'am.
the
Thank
best
you
to
so
you.
much. Thank you so much,
Bye.
ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.